Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I wasn't there. We should start. I don't know if the volume's Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm sure I'm not the only one who wishes we could just go back to last Friday night. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who came tonight unsure what it would be like to be at Zamru, unsure what it would be like to sing after a week like the week that we've had. And unfortunately, I've already had experience with that question because this holiday started as we were celebrating Simchas Torah, and we already had to answer the question, should we dance with the Torah? How do we dance with the Torah on Simchas Torah? And I think probably I am like most of us, that it got actually heavier and heavier and heavier as the week went on. Right before Shabbat, I read a story in the foreword that I found very inspiring. It was a story of a wedding of a young couple that got married in Israel this past Monday. Maybe some of you read this story. They were preparing for a large wedding outside of Tel Aviv with 400 guests, and the air raid sirens went off, and the bride was finishing her makeup in the bomb shelter, and they decided, that they would still go on with the wedding, but it would be in a local park. Like literally they had planned this whole wedding with lots of guests and catered food, and they were just gonna go ahead and have this small wedding in a park. And in the way that Israelis have been coming together all week, people just brought things to the park. There were kids, teenagers hanging up twinkle lights for the wedding. Somebody brought a wheelbarrow filled with ice so there could be cold drinks. And there was a 4-person klezmer band that showed up, uninvited. Just 4 people from the neighborhood who came to play music at this wedding. And so this couple celebrated their wedding this past week because it says in the Talmud that if there are 2 processions that come to the same intersection, and one is a wedding procession and one is a funeral procession, the funeral procession waits and the wedding procession goes forward. And then the day after the wedding, the bride and the groom made a shiva call for a chayal boded, for a voluntary soldier who came to serve in the army, in the Golani Brigade, even though he's not an Israeli citizen. And when the bride came to the mother, she said to her, "Yesterday was my wedding." And just for a moment, the mother smiled at her with a look of joy. And so I have felt myself this week like I wish on some level that I could have been sitting Shiva, that I could have just been sitting home, not having to talk about how I was feeling unless I wanted to be able to just cry and to share stories. But for those of us in America, many of whom had very close connections to what was happening, and some of us who just felt connected maybe even in ways that surprised us, there was no Shiva. But had we sat Shiva this week, we would not still be sitting Shiva on Shabbat, because we don't mourn formally on Shabbat even when our hearts are broken. We pause and we see if there is any room for joy. And so tonight at Zamru, some of you I think are here for the first time. Many of you have been here many times, but this is your first time this year. At Zamru, usually we have so much unbridled joy, right? I think that's one of the things that we love about Zamru. And tonight, we're just going to open our hearts and we'll see what comes out. And whatever it is that comes out, that is okay. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. The season premiere Zamru.
So we're turning to our prayer books to page 11, where we find the opening psalm for Kabbalat Shabbat. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nariah letzor yishenu, nikad mafanav betolah, bizmirut nariah. We're at the arrow on page 12. Arba'im shana akut bedor va'omar amtoe levavim ve'en lo yadu derachai asher nishbati me'api im yeva'u el menuchati Bagoyim Adonai Malach Hafti Tevel Baltimore Yadinamim B'mei Yesharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'tzagel Haaretz Yerayam Ol Elo Yalo Sadai B'chol Asher Bo Haziranu V'latzear Lifnei Adonai Keva Keva Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel B'tzedek Be'amim Be'emunah There's a special prayer that we say at nighttime, Ashki Venu prayer, and it's a prayer that asks for safety and for peace. Tonight we're going to sing it twice, once in Kabbalat Shabbat and once in the evening Mariv service. This first time that we're going to sing it, we're just going to sing the words Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha, spread over us your shelter of peace. This melody was written by Rabbi Julia Andelman as a lullaby for children. And so as we sing this melody, let us think of all of the children who are more afraid as they go to sleep, whether they're in Israel or they're here in the United States, the children who came to nursery school today, and the children who stayed home. The children in Israel who've been out of school all week, and the children who are bereaved, and the children who are missing. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha aleinu. Different melody, right? Shalomecha. We'll go for this. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Okay, we're going to stop there actually. There happen to be so many melodies for this prayer. That's the one we usually sing. But tonight we intend to sing a different melody. Do you remember which one we're singing? Because it's not this one, Oren. Is this what we just sang?
No.
Sukat, sukat, shalomecha. That's the whole thing. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat shalomecha Sukkot, Sukkot, Shelomecha. We're going to sing it again, but this time I just want you to try to actually visualize in your mind that Sukkot of peace spread over us and spread over everyone who is in need of reassurance and safety tonight. Ufros aleinu Sukkot, Sukkot, Shelomecha, Ufros aleinu Sukkot, Sukkot, Shelomecha. We turn in our prayer books to page 18. We're going to sing together Zamru Ladonai Bechinor. This is the third line on page 18. This melody was written in Jerusalem by Nevat Tehillah. When I was in Jerusalem this summer, we attended their services and we sang this song with them. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor, Vekol Zimra. Again, Zamru. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor, Vekol Zimra. B'chatzot v'kol shofar, hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai. B'chatzot v'kol shofar, hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor, Vekol Zimra. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor, Vekol Zimra. Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Upo Tebel v'yoshvei b'ad. Yiram Hayam, Upo Tebel v'yoshvei b'ad. Please rise as you are able. We turn to page 21, Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Havol Adonai b'nei Elim, Havol Adonai, Kavod v'oz, Havol Adonai, Kevod Shemo, Shachavol Adonai b'adrat kodesh, Kol Adonai ha'amayim, El HaKavod Yirim, Adonai, Ha'magrabim, Kol Adonai, Shaber Adonai ta'aze al pano, vayakideke bo'egel, le'elanon, le'sirion, ke'elmo, ke'mol be'elim, kol Adonai chotzeim lavotesh, kol Adonai yachir midbar, yachir Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yecholel hayolot, hayechesom, ye'aron, u'mechalo, lo bekavod, Adonai levavu yashar, shel Adonai melech li'olam, Adonai yosni'ah v'lo yiten, Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom. Page 23. Help me welcome that Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
V'shem u'tiferet v'litila, Lecha Dodi likrat לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור ברכה, מראש מקדם ניצוחה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, ומצאים מתוך הפיכה, רב לך שבט מעמק הבכה. והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, היד בן ישי בית הלחמי. קורבן נפשי גאלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תמי בת יחסו. אני עמי ונבנתה עיר עתילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסי שועשייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמשוש חתן, חתן על כלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על יד איש, פן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי
So we're going to turn to the back of our handout to sing Shabbos, which is familiar to many who have been to Zamru before. Tonight we're gonna take it a little bit slower, and we're gonna sing it with a little more longing and hoping that there could be Shabbos for the whole world, and light and joy and peace. Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. Soul sein jeden Shabbos. Shabbos, soll sein, Shabbos, soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Lichtig, 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 lichtig. Soll sein jeden lichtig. Lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein. Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt.
Okay, let's wait a second, okay? This is like my favorite song that I've learned in maybe my whole lifetime. It's like we could be anywhere in the world and it's Friday and we're singing to ourselves Shabbos, 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 Shabbos. And I love it because it's so hard to say the Yiddish when you go really fast. And this next part, what does it say? Freilich, freilich, freilich. We can't sing it like this. We have to sing it like we usually sing it. We got to sing it faster. We got to sing it joyfully. We got to sing it so fast we barely can say it, right?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Freilich, 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 freilich. Soll sein jeden freilich. Freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt. Shalom, 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 shalom. Soll sein jeden Shalom. Shalom soll sein, freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt.
Israel.
Israel.
Birthright.
Israel. We'll do Israel.
Israel, 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 Israel. Soll sein jeden Israel. Israel soll sein, Shalom soll sein, freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt.
Rainbows.
You know what? We're going to do rainbows. We're going to do rainbows for Noah and for next week, which is we're going to be celebrating Gubi's bar mitzvah next week. Parshat Noach. Rainbows, rainbows, rainbows.
Rainbows, 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 rainbows. Soll sein jeden Rainbows. Israel. Rainbows soll sein, Israel soll sein, Shalom soll sein, freilich soll sein, lichtig soll sein, Shabbos soll sein, Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt.
Rather than sharing a regular Devar Torah this Shabbos, I'm going to share something that I wrote that's more in the form of a poem. And so that you might understand it a little bit better, I want to just say these brief words of introduction. The first thing I wanted to say is that, one of the reasons why when we finish reading the Torah, we read it again is because each year and with each new life experience, we might see something different in the text. And this year, reading the beginning of the Torah was hard in terms of what I saw in the text, and it was harder for me to focus on creation, and I was thinking much more about murder and destruction. But nonetheless, I feel that there's something very powerful, whatever you see, about reading the Torah again that year and seeing it through the lens of what you're living. And I think of two words from the Torah I thought about many times this week. There's a part of the Torah where Aaron and his sons are dedicating the tabernacle, the Mishkan, and his sons are killed. And the text says, Vayidom Aharon. Aaron was silent. Aaron didn't have any words to say. And I can't tell you how many people I saw this week who either said to me or wrote in an email, there are no words. Vayidom Aharon. The last thing I want to explain is that in the story of the flood, which is not this week but next week, the world was destroyed because it was filled with violence or lawlessness. And the Hebrew word for violence or lawlessness that caused it is Hamas. But the word Hamas, the name of the terrorist organization, is an acronym that means, gosh, my handwriting is so bad, Islamic Resistance Movement. So I'm playing on the word, but okay, so. When there are no words. If this is Breshit, the new beginning, Israel at war, devastating images of murder and kidnapping, then I would rather not begin again. If only I could turn back to before the prayer for rain, before we finished Deuteronomy, before my heart was broken, I would turn back and not start the Torah anew. Twice the Torah teaches humans were created in the image of God. Once when humans were first created, and once next week after the flood, after the violence of Hamas, after God attempted to start over. Because the first time, God did not tell Adam and Eve. They did not know they were created B'Tselem in the image, and they didn't teach Cain and Abel. And our human capacity for murder was there from the beginning. In this moment, it's hard for me to see the trees and the birds, so hard to see past bloodshed and war, past the Hamas that filled the land, to a new beginning. But the second time after the flood, God told them in so many words. God told Noah and his descendants, you were created in the image of God, with the hope that this knowledge would be remembered, with the hope that this knowledge would end unspeakable violence. Rabbi Akiva teaches, beloved is a person, for every human being was created in the image of God. Even more beloved is a person who knows what it means to be created in the image of God. There's another origin story involving a rib cage and an extra rib. We need our rib cages to protect our hearts, and anyone with the capacity to offer an extra rib to protect the heart of another is the helpmate of God. We're going to continue now with the evening service. The Baruch Hu is found on page 39. We're going to rise. We're all going to face over there in the corner. We're going to imagine beyond that corner, beyond the ocean, is Israel and Jerusalem. Baruch Hu et Adonai. Baruch Adonai Amorach Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uben laila Adonai tzebaot shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Vaed Baruch Atah Adonai Amari Baralim. As we prepare for the Shema, we're going to sing together the words on our handout ahava v'rachamim v'shalom, which is not exactly the order because I can't find my paper. Deborah, what are the words?
Ahava v'rachamim, chesed v'shalom. Love and compassion, kindness and peace.
May we and the whole world be blessed with love and kindness, compassion and peace. Ahava v'rachamim, v'rachamim, chesed v'shalom, ay, 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 ahava v'rachamim, v'rachamim, chesed v'shalom, ay, 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 ahava v'rachamim, v'rachamim, chesed Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשוכבך בקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Adonai Elohechem, amen. We're going to continue now with the Hashkivenu prayer for peace. We're going to sing a slightly different version of it, which is found on your handouts. Some of it's in Hebrew and some of it's in English. Can I just say this out loud? This is how my whole week has been. It's like I can't hold all these things in my mind at once, you know? My mind is going to a lot of places during this prayer service, and I'm having trouble keeping track of what prayer we're on. But Lily's here, and she's reminding me. She's reminding me that the world doesn't just need peace, it also needs redemption. So let's turn to page 44. This melody you might recognize. It often goes with the words, Esa Einai. I lift my eyes to the mountain. From where does my help come? From where does my help come? נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אלי אנו Now we're going to sing the Hashkivenu prayer using the words on our handout. This is a special melody that I think used to sing it at Shomrei many years ago. And we're going to teach. We're just going to sing it, and we're going to hope that you catch on. There's a lot of notes on the Amen, and I'll move my hands up and down. It might give you a sense of where the melody is going. Might not. So
If
don't
this
look.
helps, we'll do the Hebrew 2 times through and then the English through the Amen 2 times through. And also we're using the word Shomreinu instead of Malkeinu, our guardian.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. 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 Amen.
Shelter us.
Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. 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 Amen.
There's a famous saying by Echad Ha'am, one of our great Israeli writers and thinkers. He says, more than the Jewish people have kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. Shomrei, page 46, please rise. Shomrei b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledoratam berit olam v'Shomrei b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledoratam berit olam. Dorotam berit olam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim v'et haaretz, v'Shomrei b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'vayom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, v'Shomrei b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Yitkadash Shomrei Rabbah ve'alema divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayechol yud yomechon uv'chayetechol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehesh me'raba mevorach le'olam olam le'almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei kudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'lechem mata ta'amiran me'alma ve'imeru amen.
We now turn to the silent Amidah, which begins on page 47. Take your time to pray the words in the prayer book and the words in your heart.
Aleinu l'shabeach, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateidu l'alioser breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam Elokeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishalavim modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Notei shamayim v'yosei haaretz, u'moshavim karov hashamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo, v'govei meromim, u'Eloheinu einot, emet malkeinu efesu lato, kachatu v'torato, yadata yom v'hashevota, elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, hashamayim mima'al, v'yal haaretz itachas eino. Hakatuv b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, le'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, yireh Adonai echad, u'shemo
Please be seated. In a moment, we're going to turn to the Mourner's Kaddish. And tonight, I'm going to invite everyone to stand together to join in saying the Mourner's Kaddish, because there are so many, too many, of our people who were killed last week and died in hospitals over the course of the week and have died this entire week. And I just want to share one name in particular and then invite anyone else who personally knows someone who died to share their name, and then I'll read our communal yahrzeit list, and then we'll say the prayer. I got an email today from Liza Cohn. Some of you know her. Her husband, Bill, has a cousin named Adi. And Adi Vital Kaplon died, was killed by the terrorists, the Hamas terrorists. She was a Canadian citizen, survived by her 2 young children. And so I add her name to our yahrzeit list, Adi Vital Kaplon. Are there any other names anyone wants to add? Eli Zisser. Do you want to say something about your connection?
He was a soldier who came from the town that I grew up in, very small town. My mom is employed by his father.
Zichrono Livracha. Any other names?
An innocent girl killed at the rave concert. May her soul rest in peace. May her memory be a blessing.
Amen. Yeah, just as loud as you can.
Alon Verba, he was at the concert. He's the nephew of a good friend of ours who's a Shabbat room for years. He's just a sweet person that was very family oriented. We have this little beautiful pictures of him with his family.
So sorry for your loss. I cannot imagine what you're going through. Must be hard.
May his memory be a blessing. Anyone else? To these names we add loved ones connected to our community who died at this time in years past. Marion Batke, Gerald Eichner, Jill Kreger, Jack Minarski, Eric Singer, Herbert Marvin Sorkin, Joseph Ungerlieder, and Jean Yolis. May their memories be a blessing. Mourners and those observing a yahrzeit and those who remember those killed in Israel, please rise for the Mourners Kaddish, page 58. Yitkada b'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrumam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'meru. Amen. Please be seated. I want to share a few announcements. First of all, Zamru will be taking place this year every time on the second Friday of the month. Hopefully next month our hearts will be full of more joy, and we invite you to come and to sing and to pray and to eat with us the second Friday of every month. Tomorrow morning, we are resuming Torah study at 9 a.m. Alan Lefkowitz is going to be our teacher right out there in the gallery. Services will begin at 9:45 a.m. And as part of services tomorrow, there are members of the local Montclair community who are being organized by some of our interfaith clergy to come and visit our congregation, but also Ner Tamid and B'nai Keshet. They plan to be here around 10:15 to show love and support for the Jewish community here in Montclair, which I think is very beautiful. Vicki Compter-Lefkowitz is going to be talking about her experience raising and distributing millions of dollars this past year to aid Israel in her role at UJA Federation in New York. She has many, many inspiring stories to share. She doesn't usually like to do public speaking, but I convinced her that it would be inspiring to others just like it was to me to hear these stories. So please come and support her and hear what she has to say. And we're also starting a prayer list for safe return for anyone who has a personal connection to someone in the armed forces, in the Israeli Defense Forces, or who is missing. We already started that list, and we'll be saying a prayer for those who are captured to be safely returned home as part of our services as well. Sunday night, we will be having a community gathering at 5 p.m. to share our thoughts and feelings about the war in Israel. And the other thing I really want to make sure you know is that we're going to be launching Shabbat Your Way this month, the fourth Friday night this month. You could either host people in your home or in a restaurant or here at Shomrei, or you could guest in somebody's Shabbat experience. It could be dinner, you could cook it, you could do a potluck, you could go out to a restaurant, you could just have wine and cheese, but please, please do sign up. I think we have at least one more announcement. Carol, let me give you the microphone.
This is not really the way I'd like to meet the congregation. My husband Andy and I are new to the congregation. We have a lot of close friends and family in Israel. I'm ready to go into Gaza, possibly already in Gaza. We have a cousin who does demolition of the tunnels. And our rabbi from Orangetown Jewish Center, which was our previous synagogue when we lived in Paramount, New York, her her son-in-law, Sagi, has a very good friend who is called up to reserves. He also works in tunnels. He's a tunnel engineer in Yalom, and he would love to be able to bring back to the men who will be fighting in Gaza. He would love to, there's a list of items that he would like us to send in, to bring a duffel bag, at least one or two. I'm going to send out the items. I will hand out, I should say, the items. One of the most expensive and most necessary item is the backpack, a camelback. It's a water camelback that, it has a spout for you to drink from. And given the situation in Gaza, this is certainly vital. They don't have any means of refilling any water bottles in Gaza. So they really need these camelbacks. And unfortunately, everybody was rushing to get to their location, wherever they were called up. So they didn't necessarily bring these items. And the Sagi's friend will be, since he was called up, will be going down to the Negev, and he's assured us that he will bring all the items that we purchase to his group. And some of the items Andy and I already purchased are electrolyte, the tablets, phone batteries, phone charger cables, the phone batteries that you recharge the phone with, headlamps, and protein bars. You can Venmo me the money, or you can Zelle me the money. The money, I can assure you, is going directly to these items in addition to the camelbacks. Now, the camelbacks are about $75 each. If you could go buy one, a cheap one somewhere, but we don't want to buy some garbage that's going to open up and spill all over people's backs. So we'd like to buy them really decent camelbacks. They're like 2 liters. If people want to bring them to our house, that's great. But we're 17 Elston Road in Montclair, but you can reach out to me. You'll see my email here and my phone number as well. So if you could Venmo or Zelle me money, and we will buy more electrolytes, phone batteries, phone chargers, headlamps, protein bars, but especially the camelbacks. We have not yet purchased those. We bought all the other items, some of them. So I will just hand this out, and I really hope everybody can be generous. It's about $75 for a camelback. So $180, you can buy 2 of them. And the leftover money we can use for protein bars or electrolytes.
One thing, Sagi and his wife Sarah live in Verona, and their family is from Caldwell. Rabbi Drill, some people here might know her, and John Drill. So there's a local family from this area.
Thank you.
Please, we're gonna rise now for Kiddush, and after we say Kiddush together, we're gonna do Motzi communally, and then we will be singing and playing a reprise of Oseh Shalom as people head to the potluck outside. Vayir vayvoker yom hashishi, vayechu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam, vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi, melachto asher asa, vayishpot bayom hashvi mikol melachto asher asa, vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi, vayikadesh oto, ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot savri. Join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kashav yamav ratzon inchilanu, zikaron l'maseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila Kodesh, Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim, Kimanu Bacharta, Beotanu Kidasha, Mikol Amim, V'Shabbat Kodshecha, B'Ahava U'Ratzon, Hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. I'm going to wash my hands in 1 minute. I forgot a few thank yous. Thank you to Oren, our wonderful guitarist, and to Deborah and Len and Lily for leading services, and to Adam and Joyce and Charlie for setting up the reception. And I also want to make a special welcome. She's going to have to wave because even I can't see her right now. But I believe Noah is back there. Is Noah still there, or did she just leave? She might have missed. Oh, is she still here or not? Oh, she had to go. So next time, you'll meet Noah, who is a shlicha living at the Weinstein House in our community. Okay.